Hey guys, how's it going? Daniel here. So those photos that you just saw right now in the beginning of this video were all edited on my iPhone. That's right. So all those photos that you just saw, I edited on my iPhone. So I want to share with you guys what app I used to edit all those photos that you just saw right now in a mini photo shoot that I took a few days ago. And so yeah, let's begin. So the app that I used was Lightroom to edit those photos that you just saw right now. So let's open up Lightroom, because today guys I want to share with you guys how I edit my photos using Lightroom, which is one of my favorite apps to edit any of my photos that I take with my DSLR or even with my iPhone, of course. And yeah, so let's begin. So first off, of course, let's start with like a photo like this one. So this one, of course, I edited in Lightroom here, but let's just change it up and find a photo to edit here. So I'm gonna edit this one. So this one, of course, is a nice shot, of course, of the Apple Watch. So I'm really basic at editing in Lightroom. I don't really go into too much detail. I just want the photo to look really nice, and of course to make the image and the object of this image pop really a lot. And so that's my goal whenever I'm editing a photo in Lightroom. So let's begin. So of course I always play around with every single thing that Lightroom gives you to play with. So I'm gonna play around with the exposure, of course. I like to have, like, I'm a big fan of the Apple photography style, like how Apple does their commercials and everything in their photo shoots. So I'm gonna try to copy that a little bit. So I like the exposure a little bit bright there. And then we're gonna play around, of course, with the contrast, which is really important. So I think right there, it should be a little, that's nice right there. The highlights, I just like playing around to see which way it will look really, really cool. Since that's the whole point of editing photos, of course, is to find your style and what you really like, of course, in a photo and how you like to see it. And then, of course, the shadows. So we're just gonna play around with this. There we go. There we go. That style is nice like that. And then, of course, the white. Like I said, I like going like the Apple kind of style, so I'm gonna just blast it a little bit. There we go. A little bit too much there. And then, of course, the black. Nope, we're gonna keep it nice. And there we go. That should be looking nice. Now let's go to color. So in color, of course, it's a lot here. So we're gonna just go here. Oops. Just gonna play around with this here. Saturation. Yeah, that's cool right there. It's not too much. I'm gonna leave it as usual there. I'm actually gonna put it back to normal. And we're gonna actually make the saturation a little bit. There we go. I always like playing around with the saturation. It's like one of my favorite settings here in Lightroom. And of course with vibrance, I just like to make the color of the watch band really pretty much pop a little bit, a lot. So right there, it's not too bad there. And then of course the effect area now. So the effect here is just of course the texture of everything here that you want to play around with it. Clarity, I think we're gonna just stay like that, a little bit like that. There we go. It's not too much. The dehazing, I think I'm going to leave it that alone. I'm not going to play with that. And that's pretty much it. Of course, the grain, you could play with the grain. I don't really like playing with the grain. I like the images to be nice and clear as possible. And then the detail. So the detail, of course, I always use noise reduction, of course. That's to the max. Color noise reduction, of course, is to the max for me. It just makes the image a little bit much more smoother. As you can see right now, it just looks really, really nice and smooth. And of course, you could play around with the smoothness right there, so that makes it even extra smooth. And the detail, we're gonna just leave it a little bit. There we go. And then of course the optics, so we're gonna just do this. I always like having those turned on. And that's pretty much it. So that's how I pretty much edit this photo like this, and then I'm happy with it. So I'm just gonna leave it like that and save it, of course. Now, of course, before I always export it to the camera roll. I don't like to share it pretty much from here. I like to have a copy saved in my phone. And so yeah, that's pretty much it, what I do there. So yeah, that's one way I edit a image like the Apple Watch there. Now something like the iPhone, like to get this image like that, I actually played around with it a little bit much more. So I'm gonna grab an image So like this one, pretty much the same one. And I'm gonna show you how I got that style to look on it. So the exposure, of course, a little bit extra there. Contrast, I think it was like this. Oops, that was the highlight. There we go. Contrast, there we go. I want the lens to really pop a little bit and make it like nice and dark. The shadow, of course. There we go, a little bit there to balance the exposure that I added to the photo. And of course, there we go. And the black. There we go. Like I kind of want the lens to pop a little bit, but not too much. And of course the color. So here I actually played with in the vibrance area. So as you can see, like how you see the difference right there that you just saw right now. The iPhone, of course, it changes a little bit much more to that green look that you have in almost real life almost. So I'm going to go a little bit extra there and just add it like that just to give it that pop that I wanted to pop whenever I post it on Instagram. And the saturation, of course, is going to be nice and green there. There we go. It's not too much right there. And then, of course, the effect area, we're going to just leave the effect area. I'm not going to add anything in the effect. The detail, of course, I'm always going to add a detail to it. So noise reduction 100%. Color noise reduction is to make everything nice and smooth right there as you can see. And of course the smoothness of it, as you can see, it looks really, really dope like that now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. How I edit this photo and how I got those images and everything like that from the images that I just showed you, of course, in the beginning of my video here. And yeah, so I edited like that pretty much on Lightroom. Like I just said, I play around with everything that I like it here until I find a style that I really like and how I really like the image to really pop there. And that's pretty much it, how I edit my images using just the iPhone, using Lightroom, of course, on the iPhone. And it just makes it really easy to edit on my iPhone, of course, because then I can share it on Instagram or upload it to my portfolio site, all just using my iPhone 11 right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it on how I edited my photos. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, what you guys want to see, what you guys want to see in other videos, what apps maybe you guys wanted me to check out. And that's pretty much it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. Peace.